Had we just elected the black lady with the silk press, had we just elected Big Sister General, had we just elected the black lady with the weird laugh, had we just elected Madam the wheels on the bus go round and round, we would not be at war with Iran right now. And I know what some of y'all are thinking. Joshua, why are you screaming? Joshua, how many times you gonna say this? I'm gonna keep saying it until it finally clicks. Because folks, this was an open book test. Not only was this an open book test, the professor was at the board giving the answers and we failed. And now we have 4 dead Americans as a result. We have F-15 fighter jets being shot out of the sky by friendly fire. Had we just elected the black lady with the weird laugh, folks would have money to purchase their first home. The American people would have quality health care. We would not be at war with Iran, spending billions of dollars of taxpayer money that has not been approved by Congress to fund this war. So I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to keep screaming it until the American people finally understand. If you could have just set your racism and your sexism aside and voted for Kamala Harris, we would be in a better position today.
She's a multiracial Asian woman. I'm a multiracial Asian woman, like different types, but still. An Asian American woman, someone from my community, is running to be president and has an actual chance. This is like a real sign of progress. Exactly. It's a sign of progress. A hollow symbol. It's not real progress. I disagree because symbols do mean a lot, but I know where you're going, so go there. I just can't believe you're voting for her. You're an anti-carceral, intersectional feminist stoner who lives in California. You know what she did as a prosecutor. You were sharing Kamala cop memes in 2019. Yeah, I did. They're still funny. And you're still gonna vote for her. Yeah, I'm voting for president, not best lefty activist. Just because I'm voting for her doesn't mean that I agree with everything she's ever done in her entire political career. And for what it's worth, she's turned her stance around on legalization. Okay, she changed her view on gardening, but has she changed her view on genocide? Because her administration clearly hasn't. Okay, not to be that person, but it's not her administration yet, it's Biden's, and I was not going to vote for Biden. Kamala's the second in command in that administration, an administration that invited Netanyahu with open arms to speak to Congress yesterday, where he pushed a total victory, aka total annihilation narrative. And while Kamala wasn't sitting in Congress listening to him, she did have a private meeting. I thought you were pro-Palestine, and yet here you are, ready to vote in another harbinger of genocide.
And I got a little bit more emotional than I was expecting to when I filled in that bubble for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. It was a moment. And my daughter's away at college out of state. We got to turn in her mail ballot for her, so that was fun. And I had a little piece of her with me. I was wearing the bracelet that she had given me, so that was really special as I cast the vote and turned in her vote for the first woman president of United States history. It's just, I think it's starting to hit me right now. So I know there's a lot of work to do, and I know there's a lot happening in the news right now. But listen, it's really joyful out there. This was 3:00 in the afternoon in a suburb outside of Tampa, Florida, and there was a small line in the middle of the day. Normally there's no one there but us and the poll workers, and everybody was super nice. And they had it efficiently run, and there was a nice woman that was outside with Harris wall signs, so we gave her like a thumbs up and she clapped when she saw it. There's just a lot of positivity happening. This is happening right now all across the country. So definitely vote early if you can. It really makes a difference. This is happening. The energy is electric across the country. So do what you can to vote as soon as possible, and then put the rest of that energy, ignore the media, ignore the fear-baiting polls, put the rest of the energy into making sure that everyone you know in your community, whether it's your immediate family or friends or your community that you've built online, make sure that they have everything that they need to vote as well. We're doing this. I can feel it. All right. Talk to you all soon.
Kamala Harris will be the next president of the United States. If you agree, give me a like and a follow, because how could you not? After last night's performance where she absolutely dog-walked Donald Trump in the debate, we saw two candidates that were completely polar opposites: a composed, intelligent, articulate woman and a rambling old man with tired lies and excuses. She absolutely destroyed him. She's surging in polls. This, I don't know that I always give a lot of credence to debates, but it's not going to hurt. She looked the part, and he looked like somebody who needs to be sent away for a long time. So let's do our part in November. Let's vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, and let's get rid of MAGA forever. We can do it. If we vote, we win.
If I'm going to be completely honest, every time I vote for President of the United States, I'm voting for a harbinger of genocide. Okay, facts. You know how radical my politics are. The presidency has never been a radical thing because it's part of the institution. I know what that position is, I know what this country is, and I know what that means in the context of the world. Just because I'm voting for Kamala doesn't mean that I've turned my back on every other political belief I have. I don't have any delusions that Kamala is going to make all of our leftist dreams come true. All I know is that she is the most qualified and most viable candidate for the presidency, which is what I'm voting for. Well, I don't support genocidal cops, so I'm not going to vote for her, and you can't convince me otherwise. Yeah, I'm not going to try. Wait, really? Not voting for genocide is a good stance that I cannot and will not argue against. And people like you applying that pressure on her to make a call for a permanent ceasefire could actually make something happen. More and more prominent Democrats are demanding just that because of pressure from activists like you. There's just as much power in withholding a vote as there is in voting. So you're not going to yell at me and tell me that if I don't vote for Kamala, Trump and Project 2025 will fuck us way more than she ever could? You obviously already know that, and it hasn't convinced you, so why would I waste my energy yelling at you? You're really not going to try to get me to vote for her? No. I mean, I'm going to keep sharing why I personally am going to vote for her, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to change your mind. You're the only person that can do that. And this is still America. You get to do what you want with your vote. I'm just tired of being forced to vote for the lesser of two evils. I don't want to vote for any evil. I get that. This two-party system is bullshit. You're right. We really need a viable third-party candidate to shake things up. We absolutely do. Maybe next time. Yeah, maybe next time.
Between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, who do you think would have been a better option? I see a lot of people saying that Kamala Harris was right regarding what she has said and what she would have done if given the chance of being the president of the United States of America. Now I have some things I wrote down here on my auto device, and it goes like this. If your priorities were lower taxes, bill regulations, stricter immigration enforcement, and expanding fossil fuel production, you might conclude that Donald Trump better aligned with those goals. But if your priorities were expanding social programs, investing in clean energy, strengthening traditional alliances, and increasing taxes on higher income earners to fund government programs, you might conclude that Kamala Harris better aligns with those goals. Leadership and future. Both candidates presented different visions for America's future. Trump's vision emphasized economic nationalism, domestic manufacturing, tighter immigration controls, and reducing the size of each of some federal regulations. Harris' vision emphasized broader public investments, climate action, civil rights, protections, and strengthening multilateral relationships. Whether one approach is better depends on the outcome you value most, such as the economic growth, income distribution, broader security, environmental policy, or the role of the government. These are just two different and two-way things, and we'll just keep watching, guys.
I just voted for Kamala Harris for president and Tim Walz for vice president. I voted to save democracy and reject Trump's fascism. This is very special for me as a Cuban-American Democrat. My great-grandmother was a guerrilla fighter against the dictator Batista. My grandfather was a political prisoner as a dissident during Fidel Castro's dictatorship. And as a Latino, I felt proud to submit that ballot because Donald Trump and his movement, they don't want us to belong, but we do, and we vote. This is the fight of our lifetime, and it's come down to this. I was speaking to one of the poll workers. This is a record voter turnout. She has said she's never seen this before, and this poll site here in Parksville, Brooklyn is the highest apparently in the city. There is something that the polls have not captured. There is an incredible energy. There's so many people voting here on a Friday night. I was out last night for Halloween with my outfit. My costume was J.D. Vance's copy of Project 2025, the scariest monster you'll ever meet, to spread awareness about the dangers of Project 2025. And so many people came up to me and were interested, and we're talking about it. And so many people came up to me and said, I voted. And a lot of these people didn't live in New York City. They were visiting, and they already cast their ballot. Georgia, Texas, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. It's incredible. And the ones in New York also, it's like, I voted early. They voted even earlier than me, who works in politics. There is something moving in the ground. There is a silent majority that has not been captured of people who are tired of Donald Trump's fascism and want to save our democracy, and that's what we're doing here. For reproductive rights, for climate, our future planet to be able to live in, everything is at stake. Immigration, fighting it back against white supremacy, and stopping fascism from ever becoming a reality in this country. I feel good. I feel like we're gonna win. But please make sure that you get your friends to make a plan to vote. I've been telling everyone this. It's gonna come down to turnout. So if you have friends or family who haven't voted yet, make sure that they vote early if it's still available in their state, that they send in their ballots, that they make a plan on election day if that's when they're voting. Each and every one of us is going to save democracy together. We are guardians of democracy, and we're casting our ballots. We're making sure our friends or family cast their ballot. I believe we're going to win. We're not going back. We're going to chart a better future forward with Kamala Harris, and a future that is the most beautiful thing that humans have created, a multiracial, inclusive democracy. We all can aspire to be whatever we want and be who we are and still belong, because we do. And as a Latino, I was so proud to vote and reject Trump's anti-Latino hatred. We're going to deliver that defeat. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Go out and vote.
So after I made a video outlining all the reasons why you should not vote for Donald Trump, a lot of people wanted to hear my reasons for why you should vote for Kamala Harris. So here are 10 reasons why you should vote for Harris this November. Number 1, she will not raise taxes on anybody making less than $400,000 a year. Number 2, she wants to lower taxes for over 100 million middle-class Americans. Number 3, she's offering a $25,000 down payment assistance program for first-time home buyers. Number 4, she's looking to build 3 million new homes during her presidency, which would expand housing options for Americans. Number 5, she's offering a $50,000 tax credit for new small businesses. Number 6, she wants to continue eliminating student debt for millions of young Americans. Number 7, she wants to codify Roe v. Wade into law, making women's health care accessible for good. Number 8, she would revive a bipartisan border bill to help secure our southern border and strengthen our immigration system. Number 9, she wants to expand renewable energy, which is good for the environment and for new jobs. And number 10, she's not Donald Trump. What more can I say?
Special credit to all the original owners of the videos used in the creation of this video. It is solely for analysis and for educational purposes, and also for research purposes. Looking at the economy right now, the immigration, the foreign policy, leadership, and Americans' future, which candidates' policies do you believe would have served the country better? Please share your reasons respectfully and support your views in the comments section. And one thing I will keep saying is this: whomsoever you support, whether Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, it depends on the angle you really want the country to move forward. If your major concern is that of academic policy, maybe this particular individual is doing so well in that angle, you will definitely support him, because you will be like, yeah, he's doing that which you want. He's showcasing that work of his. But because there are some government that will come in and his or her target will be for economic growth, this person will be for immigration, this person will be for infrastructures, you understand? That doesn't make the other person not doing the right thing. That doesn't make the other person not working so well to better the country. But the anchor still remains: whomsoever that you are rooting for, whomsoever you are supporting, also respect the other party's opinion and suggestions as well, because I believe they have their reasons. And their choices should also be respected. That you are supporting Donald Trump and see whom that is supporting Kamala, respect that, put some respect to that person. That doesn't make the person a stupid person, or that doesn't make the person that the person doesn't know what he or she wants. No, it's still valid. Anyway, guys, share in your views in the comment section. Tell us what you think, and see you all in our next video. Till then, bye.